Hi, I'm Bill Smith. I'm from BluePrint Automation, and this is how to do a changeover on the wraparound 100 machine. You come over to your control panel, your HMI system controls. You jump over to your main display. You go to your changeover. You hit that. Request to enter. You have to hit that first step, and then you start your changeover. I'm on 13, case 13 right now. I'm going to drop down to 5.2. First, we're going to remove all product and case blanks from the machine. So here I am. I've got to take all this off so the machine can reposition itself. I'm going to step over to the HMI. Bring it around so I don't have to walk around every time. And hit auto start, safety on. These lights are going to turn green when it is good to go. Done homing. And we're going to walk back around to the other HMI. So we're changing from protected parts to the next part, which is this list here. 2 of them are already in, so we have to swap this one and the elevator. So to change over, we're going to take these parts off and replace them with the replacement part. You have your H3, and that's going to go on your H3, which you can probably come around and see the H. And there is a P on this side. Slide it in here, and you got some pegs that you have to set it in. There we go. And we have our elevator that has to be changed. Our over pusher is the same, so we don't have to change it, but if you do have to change it, it's on the other side. It would be right here. You take these loose, pick up, out, and bring the other ones in and down. Now there's an L shape. To change the elevator, you pick up, pull out. There is a slot right here that you have to hit, and a peg on the bottom that you have to hit. The best way to seat it is to open this up so you can see it. This here. Same for this. So you can get your fingers in there. And wiggle it around, make sure it's seated. We'll come back to the screen. All our readies are green, so that's good. And we will check to make sure that these numbers match for this screen. We are over here, which is, that's your location for your CR. Changeover, you would have to take this loose. There's some pegs that hold it in place that land in this hole. Lean it down, lean these out, and slide this on. Make sure it's seated. Same thing for the bottom. Take these off. Got your pins right there that they sit in. Bring it down. Make sure these are seated on here. Put a little bit of pressure on it and lift it up, and you can spin your knobs on. And then go to the other side and do the same thing. I'm gonna move this up and out of the way. Bring this up. Spin these off. Pull it off. Once we've changed our parts, everything is green, and we have to check these off. This one and this one. If you have a question about where these are, you can hit the picture and it shows you. Next, go down the list and make your changes on everything that needs to be changed. Make sure nothing is in the magazine. We've taken that off. You can check that list. If you need a picture of it, it shows you. These are where the changes are going to be made. So, glue. So we have to raise our glue, upper glues, or lower glues. I'm sorry, upper glue. Change our glue. Just loosen it, raise up, and step over to the other side. I do all three since I'm on this side. I lower this part down, tighten it up, and I make sure that this here is behind 850 millimeters. So we're on the other side. We're going to do the same thing. Our upper glue, loosen it, bring it up, and tighten it back down. Hop over here to our hinges. Lower these down. And we're still behind the 850, which is on the screen. So we went to one side, then we went to the other, cleared that, and cleared this. So we're going to move the blank guide so it will not hit the machine frame, which is right here to the H. As long as this here is not going to hit this, it can go up and down. We can check it off of our list. When ready, turn the safety reset on. Now we hit our next step that's flashing. And everything is adjusting to the target position. That's all of this over here. And as they go into position, your light will turn green, letting you know that it's in its target position. The next screen pops up. There's nothing green. It's ready for us to go to our next step. Go ahead and hit that. And that there is our adjust closing. Lower, close in, and then raise up to the height it's supposed to. So once it's honed, it'll jump to the next screen for the shelf ready. You go ahead and hit your next step and monitor the closer as it's moving. Request to enter to advance to machine adjustments. This here, look at your picture if you need to. Oops. And it'll let you know what your numbers are and where you need to go. So we adjust over to 60. both sides. Come over to our screen for our next scale. And we need to be at 180 and 120, or 280 and 120 on our lower blank guide.
Abby's checking with you.
$280 in this here, so 120. Got to lift up a little bit so that it levels out. And do the same thing to the other side. And go to our upper blank guide, 600 and 100. 600 is your height. And 100 is your width. And same thing for the other side. So we've got those off our list. We come back around to our cabinet panel and we have our blank guide, length, angle, and notch, which is right here. And 350, 40, and 2. So loosen. I'm gonna go 40 degrees. And the notch is on our H, and we take it off of that down to our 2. Take that off our list and go to the next step, which is our blank grabbers left and right, 280. You'll have to step around to the other side to do the other one. I'm in here, 280. This is our scale on top. Check that off our list. And go to our product stop elevator guide lift. That's right here. And it's color coded, so it's blue and blue. Number 8, which is right here, and it is set on blue. If you need to adjust it, you pull that back, loosen it, and you can slide it forward or backwards. We will set this one on blue as well, number 9. And tighten our handle and go back to our screen and check those off. And then go to our next screen. And our over pusher and our product guide, blue and blue. Good, tighten our handle. check those off the list. Go to our closer guide, lower left, 50, and right 50. Down here, get your hand in there. Our scale is on the front face side. Loosen it up. Get it on 50 and tighten it down. I'm going to do my upper and I'm going to do my hinge and my case correction left. So 45, 15, and 990. These are 15. Right here, you want your scale is on your side right here. You want to bring it up 15. You're using this as your guideline. And 980. And do the same thing on the other side. On this side, do the same thing. We're on 50. This needs to be 15. And this needs to be 980. Upper or lower, our upper glues, our hinges, and our case correction. So case squaring cups, they're at 257. So you loosen your handles, your scales right here. You go to 257. 40, 57, and tighten down. Check that off the list, and we have to run back around the machine for a blank droop sensor angle. And we can check that off the list. Check that off the list, and our taper. So we're going to set the taper in, and we're going to have to wire our proxies up. There you go. All right. And you have to put on ground to wire your proxies up. After we check off our last one, next step, clear these as well. We've already changed what we did at the beginning. Changeover complete, exit.